all that you guys do. So let's go on ahead and kick this thing off. Welcome to the conversation, everybody. This is Friday with the Founders. My name is E.R. Wolf. I'm one of the co-founders here at Elify, and we are here on this Friday to talk about all things Elify. And that's really what excites me. As you are aware, if you've joined this conversation multiple times, Elify is a mashup between two words, elevate and simplify. And our number one goal is to elevate your business and simplify your life by creating technology and making it available to the masses, and really looking at top cutting edge technology and scaling down and simplifying it and making it accessible to everybody as a low cost solution. We know that we're living in a digital age. We know that we've got to leverage digital technology if we want to be competitive in the marketplace. We know that there are trillions of dollars happening in every day in e-commerce. And if you don't have a digital presence, you're missing out on that entire online world. We also know that we can leverage digital technologies offline just as much as we do online to support the daily functions and activities that we do in our business each and every day. So things like the way we introduce ourselves to people, right? Our use is a digital business card. We want to make it an interactive experience where we have an amazing first impression, but that waterfalls out into all types of landing pages and the way we present information and marketing material to our prospective customers, existing customers, and the people that we interact with. We also talk about how important networking and relationships are in the success of our business. We've got to have a steady stream of prospects and new leads to be working. We have to foster those relationships because we know people do business with people they know, like, and trust. All of these things are familiar to most of us on this call today. And really, that's the power behind everything, even the way we share information, right? We don't want to tell somebody that they have to go through X, Y, and Z just to get a hold of the information we want to share. We want to make it accessible to them. So making it as simple as clicking a button or scrolling on a page and taking an action, even the way that they receive that information, receiving it through email, through text, through social media, through scanning QR codes, through the use of NFC technology. These are all powerful components that we believe can uplift and benefit every single person who's working in business today. So guys, I want to open the conversation up to you guys who joined me on the call today. We want to make this an interactive experience. We want to hear from you on why Elify. Why are you here? What do you like? What experience have you had? Are you receiving a positive ROI in your use of Elify technology with Shuffle and Tap? And what would you tell to other people about why they should be checking out this technology? And furthermore, we'll talk about it later, but about an opportunity to really get paid to share the technology out and take Elify to the masses. So Ruben, I see your hand up. Go ahead, kick off the conversation, my friend. Thanks for joining.
Well, one thing I really enjoy is the ability to teach someone this technology. This morning, we have a new subscriber. We had our one-to-one online, and I can tell by the pace and her reaction that she's going to pick it up really, really quickly. Yeah. And she demonstrated it in her account. We went in her account. She created her own card. The only problem is she ordered the tap card and she had the wrong address in the filled out. So I'll send it to you in the chat, her correct address. Make sure that she gets the tap card.
Yeah, if we need to update and get her out a replacement, we'd be happy to do so. Okay. And Ruben, a big kudos to you, because I know this is something you mentioned on yesterday's roundtable discussion. And we talked about this process of doing, helping, and teaching, understanding and discovering how the technology works, and really understanding that you don't have to be technical to use technology. I think that's a big thing that many people overestimate the effort that it's going to take to leverage technology. You don't have to be a programmer. You don't have to be a designer. You just have to go through a process that is simple and easy to learn and implement so that you can start using this technology. And again, Ruben, to you, a big kudos for going in and teaching and helping and assisting the people that you're meeting so that they can benefit from the technology as well. Yeah, thank you there. Anybody else want to join the conversation? Your experience. Yeah, Brenda.
Good morning, everyone. I like the fact that we have the opportunity to design the card any way a person needs to use the card. Yeah. I think that's an advantage. Anytime that you meet someone and they're unsure what they want, and you can show them different ways that they can utilize the a digital business card with a design of their choice.
Yeah, I think this is so important. And to your point, Brenda, it's really overlooked all the time. This is not a one size fits all, solution. This is a flexible solution that works for your needs. And there are a lot of other purveyors out there of digital business cards and landing pages and other things, but they tend to trap you in a single template. This is what your template's going to look like. This is what your card is going to look like. And everybody's going to be using the same thing, sans, changing out some colors or an image. And really the flexibility that we bring to the table with Shuffle and the landing pages that you can create on Shuffle, it's whatever you can envision, you can create, right? We kicked that off over 10 years ago. It's crazy to think about with just a digital business card, thinking about how do I introduce myself? How do I tell the world who I am? What I do, how I can service them, my products, etc., and do it in a way that's very frictionless for them to learn more or discover more. And then that evolved, right? I might need to capture leads, so I need a lead capture page, or I might need to share information like a training and I need a video landing page. The flexibility is there. Maybe it's a product brochure, a service offering. We've had people, promote events using their Shuffle cards. So really anything you can envision needing a web page for, you can build that web page in Shuffle, and you can do it within a matter of minutes, if you're prepared and have done the forethought for that. So again, you're not having to be that programmer. You just sort of drag, drop, and fill things out until you've dialed in exactly what you want. And Brenda, I think that's a huge, huge, huge thing, because we get asked the question all the time, like, why does my premium Shuffle account come with 10 cards? Yeah. Don't I just need one digital business card? And it's like, you will soon discover if you join our community that you're going to need a lot more than even 10 cards. We want to give you enough in your stack to get you started, because you're going to start to create all of these ways where you can leverage this technology. So pretty powerful. Anna, I saw your hand go up and I saw Tuesday's hand go up. The way it's on my screen, it looks like Anna popped up first. So Tuesday, we'll be right back to you second here. Anna, go ahead. Oh, but you're muted.
It pops up on my screen and tells me I'm muted. I'm a noisy person. I just want to say the customization, we have a lot of options, but it's such a simple process. And, we talk about options, lots of options when you do. The best part of Elify is there's so many ways to transfer that information, to make those connections quickly, smoothly, and comprehensively. And it's so customizable. I wonder, I'm just going to ask this question. Is anybody working with people who create websites, create and service websites?
I'm sure there are some, Anna. I really don't track a lot of that. I know I see some hands going up, working to build people's sites or even working with people who provide those types of sites. It's another powerful access point for the technology. So
it's a value-added service that's Absolutely. A digital technology. So I was wondering, because I'm approaching one this week, so pretty significant in our association. But anything that's integratable, customizable, and run slick as a whistle, hey, it's all good in my book.
That's so true. And I think what's interesting to think about, Anna, and I've been doing technology for over 20 years, and it's crazy to think that when I first started out, you had to be a coder. You had to be a designer. I had to learn how to write HTML code. If you wanted a website in your business, you had to hire a webmaster who had to help you register your domain and host your website and design it all. And to your point, it was big bucks. We were charging thousands, tens of thousands of dollars to a business to build a website. And I think that raised the barrier to entry for a lot of businesses, especially small business, which in my opinion represents the backbone of our economy, small business. And all, did you know 40% of all jobs in America are produced by small business? That's almost half of all jobs, small business. And then you've got these big juggernauts out there. Well, the big juggernauts are the ones who are investing money into technology, while small business sort of sat idly by the wayside. And that's
they couldn't
no
afford
longer
it.
the case. Yeah.
They couldn't afford the technology and to be able to run their business. Now it's all changing.
That's something that Shuffle steps in and does, is it simplifies that whole process of building those pages so that you can get out there and be competitive with everybody else. Because a web page, now you're out there and you have a presence, and it's just a matter of driving your visitors, your traffic, your eyeballs to those web pages and producing predictable results. I think the other thing that you mentioned, which is really worth highlighting, Anna, is the different methods of the way to share, right? We think about it. Websites have web links. It's the URL that goes in the browser that takes you to that page. Shuffle supports you sharing those links, in fact, creating multiple links for a single page through any channel of communication that you can think of today. And I remember, again, back in the old days, it was like email marketing, and it's only about email marketing. Build your list, quote unquote, market to your list, don't spam them, you know what I mean? And just play the numbers of those click-through rates, those open rates, those conversion rates. And the reality is our visitors come from all different channels, and they all have different forms of preferred communication, right? Some of them love email. I am not one of those people. I hate email, right? I get so much spam and everything else gets lost in the inbox. Some people love text messaging or instant messaging or Facebook Messenger. This is a tool and a technology that works universally across all of those platforms to share information out. Some people now, it's very in vogue with QR codes, right? We've got them all, and we're leveraging QR codes to connect with people just by allowing them to pick up their phone and scan. This is just a way to share or communicate information. We saw restaurants do this intensively during the pandemic when we were doing touchless sharing. Now what's becoming extremely popular, again, near field communication with TAP, the ability to just, I'm not going to collect any information from you yet. I'm just going to share information to you. And I'm going to do it in a way that's literally one touch and it's on your device. Guys, this is the digital age. If you're not participating in it, it's going to pass you by. So, Anna, thanks for sharing that. Tuesday, thank you for your patience. Go ahead.
Hey, no problem. Quickly, the being involved in different campaigns and different events, to the capacity of having the campaign feature, along with the analytic feature to see what's working and what's not working, and identifiers, and being able to know timely how to pivot that's been very, very important. So that's one of the key features too that has been a iota for myself.
Yeah, the old saying that I go along with is whatever gets measured gets managed. Okay, I want to say that one more time. Whatever gets measured gets managed. This is why the number one thing for all businesses, especially extremely large businesses, is data. Did you know right now your data is worth more than gold? If you didn't know that, you can go look it up, go Google it, right? Your data right now is worth more than gold, and companies are collecting your data and selling it around to advertisers. This is how valuable data is to big business. And the reality is small business, work-at-home professionals, entrepreneurs, we need to be looking at the data as well. Whatever gets measured gets managed so that we can make informed decisions about where to take our business and where to direct our businesses. And if you're just sending everybody to a website, everybody go to me.com, you know what I mean? And that's where you go. And everything's coming in through that one thing. All the data just looks like it's coming from one source. But as you mentioned, Tuesday, the ability to have one page that now has multiple inbound links, I can now see what links those visitors are coming in from, and whether that's online, whether that's offline, so that I can make an informed decision about where to direct my time if I'm going to events and using my pages to collect or generate new leads and new prospects, or maybe if I'm spending time posting things in certain areas online or even paying for online advertising. A good example of this back in the days, if you've ever flipped through print ads, you used to see the same ads pop up, but they'd have different phone numbers on the ads, guys, that was split testing, or that was giving the advertisers a better way to measure the inbound calls that came through those print ads. And then they would be able to make an informed decision. Do I want to continue to print my ads with, this campaign or that campaign? Shuffle's going to allow you to do the same thing just by changing the links that point to the information that you want to share, whether it's a hyperlink, whether it's a QR code, whether it's a separate campaign that you're tapping on different events that you're going to live and sharing information. I think that's so critical in allowing us to be efficient with our time. And this theme this week has been time. And really, that's what technology brings to the equation. It's a time savings. It's allowing us to do a little bit more with our time, or extend our reach, or become a little bit more efficient, but we have to be smart about the way that we use it. And that's really where the community comes in, right? Getting it's not just about having the right tools, it's about having the right knowledge and the right skills to implement those tools so you see the biggest benefit. And that's why we get together and talk about these things on a continual basis throughout the week, every week. Jeff, go ahead. Thanks for joining the conversation.
You got to unmute first, right?
That's
everybody,
the key.
Happy Friday. Yeah, I just took a break here. I was, and again, I'm going to emphasize, you guys know I love copy. I have spent the last 1 hour, I've got 70 slides. I told you before, I'm working on a slide deck, and I'm trying to work this other project. And so I'm going back and forth. I spent the last hour restructuring the copy on one slide. Now, why would I spend that much time? Which slide is it? It's the very first slide. So when we think about the hook, right? You guys have maybe heard the expression hook, story, offer, right? You want a headline or a hook on your digital business card. I'm a big fan of encouraging everybody. If it's your business card, then if it's you that you want to feature, it should be a nice image of you. Yeah. If it is your one pager, and again, this is something that like ClickFunnels has gone to a one pager thing because they were getting beat up by some other software companies that were emphasizing you only need one page, right? Well, Elify gives us 10 single one pagers. Okay, that's what I want you to think about for a second. And each page, you can let that one page be its own standalone. It could be a sales page, which I put out there before, my 7 key elements that you need to sell anything to anybody. And I can share that later. I have a PDF, a whole thing that I built for you guys. But the whole point is, if you do those 7 key elements on any of your 10 Elify cards, or 100 like I have, you can sell anything with that one card. Now, if you want to use multiple pages that yours, think of your cards. Let's just pop out of that digital business card thing for a second, because the versatility of Elify is that, yeah, you could make a freaking best digital business card ever for your different things that you do. But this whole idea of landing pages and funnels, and people get confused about the terminology, but literally, you guys, it's a single page that does one thing that you want it to do. If you want to sell a beverage, okay, a physical product that is a health product, whatever, we all have different things that we promote and like, then let that page be one thing about that. Now, if it's about energy, don't jump to lose weight and do this. And we got 17 other projects with my company. Stop doing that. Let one card do one thing. I've been on this soapbox a million times. Then you can build individual cards and you can connect them with a button. Each card that you have has its own URL, and you can fancy it up over with your own custom domain, or you can get it for free over at Bitly or whatever. Connect those cards if you want and create a little mini funnel. Okay. So I'm trying to just do a basic 101 to stand back, appreciate this software for what it really is. It's at the 10. I tell people, oh, what do you, like you said, ER, what do I need more? I said, are you kidding? Think of it as 10 pages, 10 one-pagers, whether it's a digital business card, a landing page. All of a sudden you're like, oh, I get it. Now I have freaking whatever, 10, 20 bucks, whatever we're paying for 10 websites, each secured HTTPS not just HTTP. They are secured websites. Go out there and try to see what it costs to find a web hosting, domain service, blah, 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 on and on. You guys, what we have here is so invaluable. And I want to make sure that you're all understanding that, and again, the big thing, I've been getting a lot of stuff lately on quiz funnels. Ryan Laverska's the world's renowned quiz funnel. People love a simple question. And I was just thinking one for marketers that we would approach with our Elify affiliate program, or, what's most important to you as an entrepreneur? Getting more leads, more sales, more signups, whatever, right? That's one simple question that you could put on your digital card, make it a little baby quiz funnel. Now that person clicks a button. Now you have other cards that lead to a video that you talk to them about how Elify can help them get more leads, how Elify can get them more sales. See, be creative. And it doesn't take a lot of work, guys. I mean, just click your computer recorder and say, hey, I understand you're looking for more sales. Let me tell you, I've got 7 key elements that you need. And if you're not doing this, and then let them realize oh my God, I'm making a mistake. I love when I tell people, are you making the number one mistake when it comes to staining your wood floors? Oh my God, I'm clicking that YouTube video all day long because Jeff don't want to make mistakes on 100-year-old floors. It doesn't matter. So I'll hop off my little speech for the day. But I tell you what, if I'm spending 1 hour to make one slide, to make that copy grab you and pull you in to watch my other 70 or 100 slides, that's what you have to do. Does that make sense?
Well, Jeff, I think you bring up some valid and very important points, right? We talk about this, the right information to the right person at the right time. In today's day and age, it's all about personalization. We want to make sure that we're giving the right information to the right person at the right time with an intent behind it. What do we want that visitor to do? And what is the journey we want them to take? Another big thing, I'm again, a quote guy, you're going to hear the same quotes over and over and over again. A confused mind always says no. Think about this. And a confused mind always says no. So if I sent you to a web page and there were 500 different products on that web page, and there was blocks of text all over, and you didn't know what you were there to look at, to see, to review, to understand, or to purchase, you would bounce from that web page. That's the technical term, right? You'd X out the screen, you'd close it out, you'd hit the back button, you would leave. What we want to do when we're creating landing pages is create something that gives the right information to the right person at the right time and takes them on a journey. Now, Jeff, like you were talking about, there are so many different website, web page, funnel, microsite marketing strategies out there, and each have a good time and a place for them to be used. There's never, in my opinion, one big catch-all, right? I've had times where I just want to send you to a page that has a video and a button. Or Jeff, like you're talking about, a quiz funnel, right? I just want to send you to a page that has a big question and you're going to choose your answer. And if you're talking about a linear flow, right? Maybe I'm attaching and linking campaign or pages together, and I'm having somebody take a choose your own adventure flow as they go through my card. Or we've had Kathy Inman train on creating microsites where on every single card are the links to all of the other cards and they're connected together. The key is to have the flexibility to build what you need that's going to best serve your intended purpose. You know, all too often, I feel like we get caught in this trap where the latest and greatest guru out there, and there's some amazing gurus and educators out there, will say, no, this is the one thing you need to use. And why is because I used it and it helped me sell $10 million worth of product. Well, great. That's one strategy. Look, not everybody in the world is falling into that singular strategy. Educate yourself, learn that strategy, because there's a good chance you could mirror or implement that layout, that design, or that flow by using your shuffle cards, and then just drive that traffic to there. And then the other thing is just optimize the flow, learn from the data you're getting back and adjust it so that you optimize what you do. This is why Jeff talks about why copy is so important. Look, put information out there, see the traffic that's coming through, look at what they call is the click-through rate, right? As they flow through, what are they clicking on? Are they clicking through? Are they converting? Is it becoming, taking that call to action that you're asking them to take, purchasing that product, filling out that form, leaving you that information, etc. And if it's not, you can change or adjust it. This is the other thing, right? Why is Shuffle so much different than print? At any time, I can come back in real time and update my content. If it's a business card, in that example, maybe I've got a new phone number. Maybe I've got a new address. Maybe I've got a new title. I've been promoted. Maybe my website changes or even the products or services change. I want to be able to update that information in real time and then have that change take effect. And on the web, these links that we're sharing out, they're evergreen. If somebody ever comes back to that, we want to make sure they have access to the latest and greatest information we've updated on our cards. So with that being said, guys, I really appreciate you guys giving me some feedback and giving really whoever's viewing this information about what you love about Elify, about Shuffle, and about Tap. Is there anybody else who wants to add to the conversation before we move on? Yeah, go ahead, James. Good to have you on.
Hey, good to see everybody. Sorry I've been late a couple of times. It is wedding season, so DJ's been out running around like crazy. But I just wanted to send a shout out to all the stuff that's going on. I told you before about follow your dollar. Today is Friday. Wednesday I went and got my hair cut, and I sat with my barber and we were just talking about things. And a friend of mine walked in and showed him the card, and he said, "I've been cutting your hair for 10 years and I've never seen this card before." And I said, "You know what? I've done you an injustice." So I sat right there, got through, signed them up, and I'm helping them get this stuff started. So why am I mentioning this? The fact that people you see every day or on a consistent basis that you didn't think about, that may be interested, you overlook them because, that's Eric, that's ER. I see him all the time. We're buddies, we're friends. But I'm going to give you a statement I used from another company. I would feel terrible if I did not tell you about this and you found out later and you lost out. So people you walk with, talk with, speak with, sit with, drink with, or talk or socialize with need to know about this program, this card. As we say in the Tuesdays, you got to tap in to learn. Back to you.
Love it, James. And thanks for adding that. I think that's a good segue to really talking about what I mentioned at the very beginning, which is getting paid to share. And what we've done here at Elify is create an affiliate program and really open up the door for anybody, especially our users who have a positive user experience, to get out there, turn around, and share this information with other people. We're on a mission to take Elify to the world, and we need your help. And that's really what this is about. And to James's point, you're doing an injustice if you're using and benefiting from an Elify solution and you're not sharing that with somebody else who you know or think could benefit from implementing the technology. And I want to talk just in general terms and obviously open up the conversation for anybody on here, especially if you're an affiliate, you've made referrals. I know Ruben, I think yesterday you said 6 already coming in. It's not a complicated process. It's affiliate marketing. I've been doing it for a very long time. You get a link, you share that link. Anybody who comes in through your links, right, that are tagged to you, you get credit if they end up purchasing and you start earning a commission. So who are our potential customers, guys? You want to start being creative about thinking about that. Do you know anybody who might use one of these right now, a business card? Think about that, right? Guy talked about this with the data out there. How many of these are being created every single year and how wasteful they are?
80 billion.
What? Go ahead,
80 billion a year.
Is that crazy? With a B, guys, with a B. And we think about 90% of these are going in the trash. Right? I mean, if you're going to help somebody, you want to help educate them on why this is an inefficient and old school marketing process. It has a time and a place. Maybe you need to carry a stack of them around, but think about this. You have to hand out 2,500 of these pieces of paper right here to see a 2% increase in your business. Do you want to go out, or how many of you have gone out and handed out 2,500 of these? Otherwise, really the impact that it's having in your business is negligible. I know for a fact people who have transitioned from these to digital business cards are handing out a lot less than 2,500 of them to see a 2% increase in their business, right? And that's just one market vertical, business cards to digital business cards. Now think about this. I truly believe everybody needs a digital presence. And if you're in business or if you're in sales or if you're in marketing and you work for someone and you're relying on like a Facebook group or a LinkedIn profile, to be your representation of your business, you're doing yourself a disservice. We're talking about having landing pages that are specifically talking about you, your brand, your product, your service, or whatever problem you're leveraging that technology, that landing page to accomplish. Guys, there are a massive amount of people. We have people who have stopped paying for their traditional website and have segued over to just use Shuffle Pages as a replacement to their website and literally cut their expense, their web expense, by 90%. That's a huge win for any small business who in today's economy is trying to manage cash flows anyways, you know? So you think about those are people who already have a digital presence are segueing over into this technology. What about the people or the market that does not have an online presence right now? That's a majority of small business guys. We need to help them get online because there's a whole marketplace online that can benefit them. I know there's a component in here that we haven't talked a lot about. That's relationship management. That's the ability to tie our links to individual people who might be viewing that material. Man, the relationship is so powerful if managed correctly. You know, so here's the reality. The average person knows 600 people. We aren't selling when we're networking to an individual. We're selling through that individual. We're informing them who we are, what we do, and how we can help. We're understanding, listening, and asking questions to identify their problems. We're building a bridge between our solutions and their problems to help resolve that. And when we perform our services and our duty to our customers, when we serve our customers, they can become raving fans of ours and become a conduit to our next customer. We believe in that so much that literally for the last 10 years, the only way we've promoted Elify is through our affiliate program, relying on you guys who are existing customers to go out there and actively or passively refer the next customer to us. And that's why this is so powerful. Jeff, I see your hand up. Go ahead. You unmuting?
Sorry, I'm trying to unmute. Just the two things. And I've emphasized this before. Everything that you've said and everything that you guys ever do with your Elify cards, two things. And this comes from a marketer who I really, really respect, who Tony Robbins calls one of the best marketers on the planet. He's a family man, good man of faith, just a great heart. And he does these two things. Check your Elify cards and ask yourself, number one, are you building trust? Okay. So I want you to stop for a second and ask yourself, well, Jeff, how do I build trust? I want to sell this or I sell this. I don't have time to be building trust. You build trust by giving value. Okay. This call, we're on here. Everybody that's contributing, we're getting gold from James. We're getting gold from ER. We're sort of, having this time to brainstorm together and bringing value where you're not expecting a penny back in exchange is how you build trust. So you only need to know 1% more than the guys get. Like, for instance, here's a funny story about knowledge. The ceiling fan, we were wondering, Beth and I, it's this heat wave. We're trying to save money and economize for the grid. And so I said, you know what, if we turn the fan, is it counterclockwise or clockwise in the summer and the winter? That's a great piece of information that a lot of people don't really know. Well, it's counterclockwise in the summer, clockwise. And that's a piece of value that you could put out there. It takes 5 seconds. Now you start to build a little bit of trust. And then guess what? If you're in the heating and cooling business, you're giving these tips, right, on how people can save money. Well, all of a sudden, who are they going to call? They're going to call Jeff's heating and cooling business because I've already given them all this free value on how to save money, how to make your house more comfortable, how to make your pets more comfortable. And so think about what you're doing, build trust with value. And then number two, automate your presentation. And don't rely on your company. If you may have a company presentation, but do some sort of a video. And again, I call it an auto presentation. You've heard of auto webinars, you've heard of, VSLs and all that. Bottom line is this: it can be a 1-minute video. It can be a 60-minute webinar, which is what I'm working on. And in that, you are giving tons of value, but you're making an offer. And so you're building the trust and you're having an automated presentation. So and that's, again, I'm talking to myself. All my cards, I'm going to revamp all of them to make sure that I'm building trust. I'm hooking with an interesting thing when they open the preview, the picture and the headline, the little preview part. When they click that, then I want immediately to take that hook and lead them into building trust. And then once I build them trust, I want them to watch an automated webinar or a presentation or even a 1-minute little clip that leads them then to, it could be then your company product or promo or video or whatever. But don't just go from here to your company or whatever. Trust yourself to build the trust with an automated webinar with Elify in a video and put it in there. And that's the thing, trust and automated presentations.
I love it. And Jeff, to your point, trust is about helping and creating value for people. Look, Elify has an entire community. We have our Facebook groups. We do 4 training calls every week, right? Monday, sprint planning, Tech Tuesday at 2 Central with Kathy, our Thursday roundtable masterminds, and this Friday's Friday with the founders. These are things we don't charge extra for, right? They just come along with being part of the community. Why? We think it's important that you have the right knowledge and skills to leverage the tools that we create, right? We could just be out there selling the shuffle or selling the tap and direct marketing. And there's lots of companies that go down that path, but we understand that it's more. It's about this abundance mentality and providing a community resource where we can collectively get together and learn from each other. Guys, I don't have all the answers, right? I'm just a technologist who thinks technology is the next big thing, guys. There are so many other people in this community who contribute to the conversation. And that's really what you get when you become a Shuffle subscriber, a Tap subscriber, part of this Elify community. And that goes back to our affiliate program, guys. This is about creating and spreading the word about the community. And this is what I want to lean into here, because as you can see, I'm wearing my shirt here. It's a Life by Design. We've talked about this because most everybody on this call, even though you might be an Elify affiliate, Elify is not your primary focus. We all have other businesses, other ventures, multiple ventures in some cases, that we're all leveraging Elify solutions to help us promote and grow. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Now, I want to tell people, look, if you're looking for the best path to success, I think there are certain attributes you need to look at within the opportunities that you're pursuing, because they have the greatest impact in my mind of taking you where you are to where you want to go, and doing it in a timely manner that's 100% self-paced. So if you want to get there fast, you can run with it. If you want to get there slow, that's fine. You can chip away at it. Affiliate marketing is something that I discovered 20 years ago, where I almost had to explain to my parents while I was in college how I was making mailbox money playing on a computer during the .com era. And they just couldn't understand it. And I said, yeah, we connect these buyers who are looking for things online with the sellers who are selling these things. And as being that conduit, the companies who are selling things give us a commission every month. And we just go to the mailbox and pick up our checks. And they were almost dumbfounded. No, they said, you got to go to school. You've got to get a good job. You should be a doctor, a lawyer. At that time, I was studying to become an architect, guys. And I thought to myself, my classmates, they're going to 8 years of architecture school, graduate school, redlining for firms. And a majority of them, they weren't architects, 7 years later. They had churned out or gone into a different profession. I said, wow, I'm going through the same path that a doctor would go through. And what if I don't like it? What if I get to the end of this whole journey and I'm just miserable in my job? And meanwhile, during that path, I had met up with some friends who were in technology. And here's what I told them. I said, I will commit my time, my energy, and my effort 100% for free if you guys will teach me and educate me about the ways of online marketing, about at that time we were doing search engine optimization, search engine marketing, all of that type of stuff. And we became very successful at it. And here's the reality. We never sold our own product, right? We always connected the people who were looking for products with the people who were selling them and got a commission. And that's what we're doing here at Elify with the affiliate program. If you help us find our next customer, we're going to pay you for doing that. And we're not just going to pay you one time. Hey, thanks, here you go. We want to pay you residually for every person you directly refer. Why? Because as an entrepreneur myself, I know residual compensation is the key to a successful business system and model. I want to do something once and get paid for it over and over and over and over again. And that's the purpose of residual compensation, right? I want to do something once and I want to get paid over and over and over and over again for it. And what that allows me to do is if I do that thing a few times that month and I get paid for the life of those people, the next month I can build upon that previous month's or previous year's efforts. And it becomes something that I can build up over time. Again, whether I'm running, whether I'm walking as an affiliate. The other component that I have found that is so valuable and so important in most business models that you as an entrepreneur or now business owner with Elify as an affiliate should be looking into is leverage. Is leverage, guys. I talked about this yesterday. If you haven't read the book, right, I got very young age presented with Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, led me into his book, Cash Flow Quadrants. And it really gave me a good understanding of the difference between an employee, somebody who's self-employed, a business owner, and an investor. And I thought to myself, man, I want to be an investor, but I didn't have any money at the time, right? So how do you invest with no money? You got to go out and make money. And I said, well, I could go get a job, but I don't know, maybe I'm unemployable because I just don't like working for somebody else. I want to be my own boss. So that left me with two categories, right? I could be self-employed, and a lot of us, I think that's the first segue over into business ownership. And then you've got business ownership. So self-employed guys, you start out and you own your own job, right? We're the type of people, either as entrepreneurs and self-employed professionals, who the saying says we'll work 80 hours a week to avoid working 40 hours a week. Okay. But with passive income and with residual income, we want to do that in an effort to build those things over time so that we do the work up front and then we get to slowly step away and continue to see this residual income stream. And the best way to accomplish that is by adding the component of leverage. When I can go out and do it, but then I can show other people, teach other people, and help other people to go down the exact same path, they're going to see the same benefit of getting paid for all of their direct effort, and I'm going to get a little override on all of that. Now I'm duplicating efforts, and as John Paul Getty said, he would rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 men than 100% of his own effort. My paraphrase on that quote is, I would rather have 1% of the efforts of 1,000 people, because there's no way I can put in 1,000% effort, guys. We are all limited by time. That was the theme of this week, time. Right? If we all only have 24 hours in the day, 86,400 seconds, we've got to figure out how to use that time wisely. And even if we're doing it just going out, spending all of that time, every waking moment, making direct referrals for Elify, first of all, you're probably going to burn yourself out. You want to be able to go out there and start promoting and sharing. And when you identify customers who see the exact same value that you're seeing, that's worth becoming a brand champion about, you want to turn them on to the affiliate program. Let them know, hey, do you know somebody who could benefit from them? Because they have two choices. They can either give you the referral and you get paid on it, or you can help and teach them how to share to that referral and they get paid on it and you get paid on it. And that's the reality. If you look at our compensation plan, guys, and we're going to go through it in just a second here, we as an organization are paying out over 50% of the revenue that comes in back out to the affiliates who are helping us share Elify with the world. So let's talk about what you can get paid as an affiliate and where you can go to learn or dig in a little bit more on this. So guys, you as an affiliate, you can get paid on your direct referrals. It's going to be 10%. That's 10% residually for the life of the customer. And that looks at the cost that customer is paying. So if they sign up for Shuffle, or if they buy a tap card, or if they add 100 pages on or whatnot, you're going to get paid on those transactions. And again, residually for the life of that customer. But in addition to that, you can go as wide as you want. If you want to sign up 2 people, awesome. More power to you. Let us know how we can support you. If you want to sign up 10,000 people because you have a marketplace that you promote to and you have that sphere of influence, great. Again, let us know how we can help. But we want to make a program that makes affiliate marketing accessible to the micro influencer. Somebody who doesn't have 10,000 or 100,000 people to get in front of like online marketers typically do. Somebody who has a small sphere of influence, maybe knows 4, 5, 10 people who could benefit from this technology. So that's why we allow you a network referral override of 8%. That means any sales that come in between 2 and 6 degrees of separation from you, you're still going to get an override on that. That individual, if they're an affiliate, they'll earn their direct referral. They'll earn that 10%. So we're not going to take anything away from them. We're just going to add more for you, because you're out there helping and teaching other people what to do. And that's the value of this whole thing. The high tide raises all ships. In addition, we know how important leverage is. So we have these active direct referral bonuses that come along. If you directly refer 10 people, not only are you going to get paid out 6 degrees of separation, you'll now get paid out 7, and you'll earn an additional 1% on all the volume that comes in from that 7th level. The same thing at 20 people, 30 people, and 40 people. You can unlock a total of 10 levels of depth where you earn 1% on level 7, 8, 9, and 10 as a benefit that you're directly in control of. You can choose, do I want to go out and focus on what we would call focusing on 40? And then the question is, how fast do you want to get there? Guys, this is not get rich quick. I want to show there's a commission calculator on here. This is get rich at whatever pace you want to, okay? And at whatever amount you want to be doing. So in this scenario, I've just adjusted this calculator. This is somebody going out there and making 3 referrals a month on a solution like Shuffle that with their affiliate discount, they can discount to $20 per month. You know, so 3 referrals at $20 per month. If you're in sales right now, I think your sort of sales manager would be like, okay, your quota for this month is $60, guys. Go out there and make $60 worth of sales. Trust me, if you can't acquire the skills and implement those skills and achieve $60 in referrals, you know, dial into the community. We want to help you learn those things because this is not hard stuff. That's making 3 referrals per month over time. You can build on each one. Again, you're not going to make a ton of money your first month, but you're going to start to subsidize the cost of your technology. And you're going to build on that each and every month. And it's going to build until what? You have a positive ROI in your Elify business, in your Elify affiliate business. And again, you can change the metrics on these things, right? If you go from 3 to 4, you start to ramp up what the end result will be. Additionally, you want to factor in things like retention. This is what Ruben was talking about at the start of this conversation when he talked about helping his customers implement the technology. If I show somebody and help somebody leverage one of Elify's solutions, Shuffle a tap, maybe I'm setting up their tap card for them. If you know how to do it, it takes 30 seconds, guys. If you've never done it before, it might take you 10 minutes. You know, save them the first 10 minutes and walk them through. It takes you 30 seconds and you've cut their 10-minute time down to probably 2 minutes. Then after they've done it 2 or 3 times, they're a pro just like you were. That's going to impact your overall client retention. How else do we impact retention? We do trainings just like this. We do calls just like this. We do our Tech Tuesday. We have our Facebook groups. We have our YouTube channel. We have our social areas, all to benefit our customers and our affiliates and really help you guys retain your network. And the last aspect, and this is a big factor, network duplication. Again, you will get more volume in sales if you help and teach others than you can do as an individual. Here's the example. If you're a fisher out there fishing for food and you're responsible for feeding the village, and every time you have to cast and reel in each individual fish, how do you think you would feed the village if you went out and you got 5 other fishers to come and fish with you? You know, and they got 5 other fishers. Again, eventually it's a lot easier to feed the village. So spread the wealth and share the wealth and go out and let other people know. If you want to maximize this program, again, you want to maximize your amount of leverage through your network referrals. And we do that by what we call doing, helping, and teaching. You want to go out and do so that you can show others what to do by helping them do the do, if you will. Okay, then you want to teach them how to do that. Once you've taught somebody, man, they can go off on their own. You're supporting them and periodically checking in, and now they're replicating what you're doing. And guys, in this affiliate program, there's not much to replicate. We're just going out and sharing the information. We're using the technology in our everyday life so that we expose it to other people. And really in closing here, if anybody wants to add to this conversation, I can't tell you the number of times I've been out using Elify and somebody has asked me, what is that? How did you do that? How can I do that for myself? Guys, that's when your ears peak up as an affiliate and you say, oh, this is Elify. Yeah, this is tap technology. I can help you set that up if you want to use it for yourself. You know, so just get out there and use it and you'll be amazed at how many people come across it. James, thanks for putting the hand up. Go ahead, my friend.
Hey, I'm not going to speak today. I got the call on my mentor to teach us what he knows. We're going to do a recap of tapping the cell phone company. You know, I remember Mr. Snow told us this story how he went around. And those who have not done it, I started doing it, and I can tell you I reaped some benefit in my business. So I'm going to bring the mentor and the master, Mr. Mike Snow, to the stage to tell us about how he tapped his way through T-Mobile, Verizon, and Sprint around the world. You're on the floor, sir.
Hey, not a good day. I was just getting ready to get off. I got a client coming up. So I'll let you tell the story, and I have to go. I'll see y'all next time.
All right, I'll tell it. Thank you, Mr. Snow.
Thanks.
All right.
Have a good one.
So we all have been around to one or two cell phone companies, researching about buying a new phone or getting a new phone, and you see the little demos up there that you can sit and play with. Well, Mike actually just walked around, created a campaign for Tap, and he tapped all those cell phones. And every cell phone company he went to, every phone he could tap to, and he actually put his Elify information on there. And people go like you did, walk behind him. Hey, what's this? And they tapped it, looked at a little video he had about Elify, about his company, and they tapped in and actually signed up or contacted him. I guarantee, look at this, we have 12 people on this video right now. Of the 12 people here, every last one of us have bought a new phone or been to a store, whether make a payment or get something fixed in the last 90 days. Mm-hmm. And while you were standing there waiting around, you could just tap every last phone in there and just build your business. So that's from the mentor to master, Mr. Mike Snow, through me to you, how to go out there. And when you go make your payment next month and you're waiting in line, just tap around. Walmart, cell phone companies, Best Buy, you call, tap them all. Back to you.
Yeah, James, I think this is important because as an affiliate, there's a ton of different strategies we can all implement to spread the word, right? We're all members of Facebook groups. When's the last time you shared your own business card to that Facebook group to introduce yourself? We're all out and about, to James's point. We're going to stores. You mentioned follow the dollar. Guys, that's important. Just as much as Mike is a guru, James is a guru as well. Follow that dollar and talk to those people, because if they're spending money in their business, there's a good chance that they're investing in solutions that are going to help their business grow. And that's really our role as affiliates, is to just show that these solutions can benefit you if you want to implement them in your business. And they're available in a very cost-effective way. At the end of the day, I think that's the biggest gap that most people don't understand. They expect they're going to have to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars every single month. And we as a company know we can reduce that cost because we distribute our expense over all of the subscribers. So we want to make it something that's easy and accessible for everybody. And the reality is if you find a path that works for you to make referrals, you can scale that path. It might not be going to the cell phone store. It might be going to your local chamber, or it might be going to your local networking event. I know, Ruben, I'm going to call you up here because you mentioned yesterday you've had 6 people come in, again, to your Elify business. And great. I think that is wonderful. Now, it's not going to change your financial world immediately, but repeating that process over time will continue to build up that sphere of people who you essentially get paid for. I think about it like this. If you had an opportunity to go around and have oil wells, right? Little oil wells poked in the ground, and each oil well produced a few dollars every month for you, how many oil wells would you want to poke in the ground? Especially if it didn't cost you anything but a little bit of your time. In my opinion, I'd be going all over the place. And this is the beauty of having a solution as the affiliate program, or an opportunity that allows for location freedom. Okay, so Ruben, I know I want you to talk a little bit about your experience there. And then Anna, I would love for you, I know you live in a town just north of me. You've got some location freedom from the standpoint of you can work essentially globally, even though locally and offline, you might not have a massive total addressable market in the town that you're at, guys. This is what we want to look at when we look at opportunities. So Ruben, go ahead. I'm going to call you up. Please share some of that information. How hard has it been? Have you been just working at it nonstop, tooth and nail to make it happen? These are things that I think the world needs to hear, because I don't think that's the case.
Well, as a networker, I belong to a networking group, and they have an online presence and they have an in-person presence. The in-person presence is considerably a distance away from me, but I make the point of either being there every week or every other week so I can engage people live. They're part of my they're part of my group. And fortunately for me, I was able to have Shuffle embedded in their website, the networking website. Still, there's some competitive areas out there, other digital business cards. But the way I see it, it's expanded the market of thinking going digitally. Rather than having a regular business card, which networkers bring in, now they're starting to hear more and more about digital business cards. So it expands the market for me. So it's very easy for me. I'd be able to, in 60, actually, they give you only 30 seconds to get up. I can demonstrate tap, wow them right there while I'm getting up there, and then following up with them. But here's the neat thing about Shuffle in an in-person meeting. We have a method to capture their data right there. But that's the beginning. People misunderstand that networking is an art of getting the coffee date,
That's right.
getting them, getting the appointment and following up with them. That's the key. And what a beautiful tool, because Shuffle does that for you. It captures their data, gives their data. You can log in and set a time where you met them, what you discussed, and then go ahead and put a follow-up note and then email them right away. That's what I usually do.
I love it. I love it. And you're seeing results for it. And that speaks for itself. It's something that anybody can do if they're willing to go out and make the effort. Anna, I know I brought you into the conversation. Just some thoughts, because again, for me, location freedom is something that I've always thought is so powerful, right? I want to get out there. For 20 years, I've been doing things just through a screen, and that opens up a whole world. I know the pandemic thrust a lot of people online into that digital environment, and it's starting to shift the way we think about how we do business based on where we're located. Go ahead.
Oh, and also how we live our lives. I mean, that's why we have the Great Resignation going on, is people don't want to go back to the office. They don't want to go back to the site. If they can do their work from home, they would much prefer it. Not just for expenses, not for accessibility, but for flexibility.
Yeah, so true.
Because everybody has their own energy zones and that kind of thing. I've been a small business owner or worked with small businesses for over 40 years, which scares me. If you sit down and think about it, I got too much to do. Kind of like, Ruben turning 79 yesterday. Go, mister. I got to think about where I spend my time, and I don't want to spend it in the car, on the road, distracted by the phone, whatever. And I'm seeing more and more people find ways to work from home. And a digital business card just says to people, hey, they're on top of it. And it's an affordable small business tool. And anytime you can save time and resources and money for a small business, you've got the right tool.
I think that's so important. And I know I'm just south of you, just outside of Denver, Colorado. And one of the last studies that I had read, and it's probably changed since then, said the average commute time here in the Denver metro area is about an hour each way. Hour each way.
That's funny because, when I moved here 8 years ago, it was a community of about maybe 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Well, now we're at 1,500 and still growing because it's a 1 hour commute. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But guess what? It's not high traffic. We're out here in this north area. Yep. And, you come home, you're away from the city.
Yep.
You got a few amenities here, not a lot, but it's an hour. So we've got the pilots and the stewardesses from the airports.
Yep.
They can get there a lot. If it's going to take an hour, I'd rather go an hour at 70 than an hour at 12.
No doubt. And I think that's the reality, right? There are a lot of jobs and a lot of careers that still require you to get up every morning, get in a car, drive for about an hour, put in an 8-hour shift or more, and then turn around and drive an hour back. And I think when you start looking at that, and we talked about time and we talked about the value of people's time this week, are you factoring in your commute time? Are you factoring in the opportunity cost of the lost time throughout that day?
Gas,
because
clothing,
some people don't think about that stuff, right? And if you could save yourself 2 hours a day, that's 14 hours a week if you're talking about 7 days a week, or 10 hours a week, if you're talking about 5 days a week, what would you do with an extra 10 hours? That's like having a whole day extra to put into yourself, put into your family, put into your finances, put into any section of that wheel of life that we always talk about with living a life by design. And I remember when Guy and I first started this business, we would bring the whole staff in. We had an office location. It was in Denver, and we were all driving an hour every day. And I remember Guy and I would be we'd be talking to each other through the computer, like, hey, I am Ingham. Hey, do you want to go grab lunch? Do you want to do this? And I could have just gone around the side of the computer and said, hey, Guy, do you want to go? No, we found that we were doing more things digitally. And so eventually we turned around and we said, guys, we're gonna get rid of the office. We can save each other about 10 hours a week just by eliminating this. And this is before we were all forced to work at home, well before. And I think that was a big eye opener. Now my commute is 5 steps down the hall into that little safe space where I can eliminate all distractions and get laser focused on work. And that's sort of the hope for everybody, because you may come to know, like, I'm an avid outdoors person. I love hiking. I love camping. I love going and forest bathing out there and just relaxing in nature. Maybe it's, the other side of the technology coin is just unplugging and getting out there. And the reality is this makes it accessible so that I can do what I love when I want to do it, because I have that location freedom.
Well, location freedom means,
go ahead,
has an additional touch for me, because my community is 1,500 people.
Yeah.
The nearest town is like 27,000.
Yeah.
How am I going to build a large business in that community? I got to drive around, and I put tens of thousands of miles on my car every 6 months. It was just like crazy. And now I'm spending that time reaching out to other people all over the United States, Canada, and now into South Africa, believe it or not. We're going to start seeing some digital business cards coming out of South Africa. So, but could I do that in my car? No.
Exactly. I think this is it, guys. This is it. From a location freedom standpoint, I will tell you right now, on any given day, I'm talking coast to coast and international while never leaving my home office.
Yep.
20 years ago, if I had tried to do that, it would have been hop a flight, schedule a meeting, do all this stuff, maybe do some phone calls. Yeah. A hotel expense, travel expense, all of this time. This is the efficiencies in our life that technology can create. And that's really what we're talking about. We're talking about a path with our affiliate program that can lead to location freedom. Maybe your job has forced you to have to live in a certain location. My wife and I just had great friends, a high-level executive, but just had to move to Atlanta from Denver because of their job. Their position changed. The organization who has offices all over said, you're now at the Atlanta office. And lo and behold, they had to sell their house. They had to pick up their kids. They had to move. They had to find a new location. And now they're in Atlanta. Here, independent of where you are, you can do this.
Everywhere.
You can do it and work anywhere in the world. Like, to me, we're ticking some pretty amazing boxes. The same thing with the time freedom, guys. This is not a job. You work it how you want to work it. If you want to do this part-time, and I will tell you, 99% of our affiliates do this part-time. Okay. You can do it part-time. Nobody's going to call you up in the morning and say, hey, did you get out there and run your affiliate program? But with that means, if you want to make it happen, you need to put in the work to make it happen. You need to have that personal motivation, that personal responsibility to get out there and make it happen. Make those calls, make those shares, go to those events, do those things, and really share Elify with everybody else. And if you do that and you're diligent about being relentlessly consistent on doing it over time, guys, this is what my goal is for everybody within this community, that you have the location freedom, the time freedom, and the financial freedom that you're looking for, so that you can actually enjoy life for what it is, right? And enjoy that journey, so that we're not just grinding each and every day to cover this month's expenses, so that we can go and repeat it all over again until the end of time. That's not the goal. The goal here is to free it up for everybody. And, I feel amazingly blessed to have you guys on this call, amazingly blessed to be doing this for the last 20 years. And at 40 years old right now, it's hard for me to think of what the next 40 years is going to look like, since I've just been living my dream every day. And that's really what I want to expose to you guys with the affiliate program, with Elify, with the community, with the technology, is that if we all come together and work together, we can all benefit in the exact same way. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be a lawyer. You don't have to go to a high paid education that's going to put you into financial debt, for the rest of your life to go out and get a good job. I know this because I paid a lot of money for my education, and I walked out the door going, should I get a good job, or should I run this technology business, help a lot of people, and open up a door for other people to become financially free? So that's my goal to you. That's why I want to invite you guys to really buckle down and focus on the affiliate side of this business. Let us know how we can support. Additionally, on the product side of the business and being a customer, to maximize your use of the solution. So with that being said, we're going to go into the weekend. You guys got Friday to finish strong, and then you want to will, skill, and refill over the weekend. We're going to have a call on Monday morning, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, for our Monday sprint planning. We truly believe you got to have a plan so that you can put that plan into action so that you can get predictable results. That's why we talk about it each and every week. On Tuesday, we're going to have Tech Tuesday, 2 p.m. Central Time. Master Trainer Kathy Inman, she's going to show us some skills, answer some questions, and really help improve the way we implement the technology to benefit ourselves. When we use the tech every day, we expose more people to the tech, and they ask the questions about what is that and how can I use it. That'll roll us into Thursday, Mastermind Roundtable. We're going to have a theme for the week and a topic for the week, and we're going to do some micro trainings on that topic. If you join us for the live call after the short training is over, we're going to have a general conversation where we all work together to help and support each other. That's part of what the community is there for. And that'll roll us into how we complete every week, which is a Friday with the Founders call just like this. I hope you guys got something out of this new format where we all collectively come together and talk about the products, what we're benefiting, and all of that type of stuff, mainly because we want to tell other people why Elify and why Shuffle. So with that said, I'm going to throw this over to Kathy Inman. Kathy, go ahead, and then you can close this thing out for today.
Hey, everybody. So I know I talked about it this week, but I'm going to make it officially official, and I will be posting this on our pages. But here's what we're going to do. So the next 2 Wednesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time. This coming Wednesday, we're going to do Shuffle 101. And the next Wednesday, we'll do kind of a Shuffle 102. We'll do some advanced how-to. So this is not going to be theory, right? This isn't going to be concepts that we talk about every day. This is literally going to be, here's how to change a color. Here's how to change a word. We'll try not to go too far into theories because, this could go for hours and hours. So my goal is Shuffle 101 is going to be how to make and edit a card, how to make and edit a landing page, how to add a contact, and how to send and share. Next Wednesday after that will be campaigns, lead capture, which are 2 different things, tags and intros, because I know that video for some reason got tagged on YouTube and pulled down. So how-tos, very cut and dry, how to do this, how to find that. We'll record them, we'll post them, but I want to get those out and do a refresh version. We haven't done those since the beginning of this year. So
how do we get there?
Kathy,
are you going to give us a reminder in Elify that is coming up at that time?
Yeah, I'm going to do posting. I'll do an event, all the things. It'll be on Insiders, wherever ER wants me to put them.
And then that way we can go ahead and share them right from there. Perfect.
Yep. And if you have guests you want to bring in, we'd encourage, if you've got new users or new referrals, again, this 101 and 102 training next Wednesday and the following Wednesday, I think are going to be big in-depth conversations, guys, that we can all have with Kathy to learn some of the nitty-gritty how-tos. So Kathy, to your point, we'll post those out in the social groups. We'll talk about them on Monday, and on Tuesday on the live calls. We'll make sure the links are available so that you can copy and reshare those things out, and then just mark your calendar, Kathy, if you want to give those times again, just for your time zone, and join us in this, and then we'll make the replay available for resharing out as well.
Yeah, we'll do 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time. So we'll do an evening. Hopefully that catches everybody, at least most time zones after work or pretty close to after work. And again, you kind of consider, again, it's a how-to, not a concepts. It's not what we talk about every week on networking and how-to and page creation and funnels. It's literally like how to do these things. But you may think of it more of as a webinar. This may take us, I'm writing these outlines out. It may take us an hour. It may take us an hour and a half. I just want to have them so that anyone who needs them, later on, especially recorded, we could go to, oh, you need to change that button, go to Shuffle 101 at the, 59-minute mark, whatever you need, right? So we'll have these for everybody to share.
I love it. Thank you, Kathy, for making yourself available to do that. And also, this is a little bit different than our Tuesday time. It's on a Wednesday. It's after work. So it's a good opportunity for people who haven't been able to make these calls to make them. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your Friday. Close out the week really hard. Then we'll skill and refill over the weekend. We'll see everybody next week. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Good to see you.